What's up, people? This is Elder Tenchi, and I'd like to welcome you to another segment of On the Brain. Today we're going to do something a little fun. One of my favorite RPGs of this decade, Kingdom Hearts. We're just going to be doing like a Rant, Rave review type thing. Now today, I got my homie over here, Kyo. How you been? It's been a while since you've been on the show. Thank you
Has
for...
been since the Death Note movie rant, I believe.
Since the Death Note movie rant, which is still
like
getting views.
Last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, last year.
Honestly, I haven't heard anything new about it yet, so that's
Me
why...
Me neither. That's a good thing. Maybe it stopped production.
I don't think so.
We can only hope.
I don't think so.
I can only hope.
I don't even want to think about it right now.
Let's not. Let's talk about Kingdom Hearts.
Let's do that. Let's talk about Kingdom Hearts. Started in 2002, released 2002 by Square. Well,
Square Enix.
At the time, they were still known as Squaresoft. So, but now you can call them Square Enix. Can somebody explain to me why it's spelled with an E?
Listen, the Squaresoft changed its name to Square Enix with Final Fantasy X-2, which was released before Kingdom Hearts. The last game it did under the title Squaresoft was Final Fantasy X.
Then
so
explain.
It was Square Enix by the time Kingdom Hearts came out.
Okay, then explain to me on my original packaging for Kingdom Hearts, the game, I got a used version and it said Squaresoft at the bottom.
Well, because the one I have, the used version, says Square Enix, but it's also Kingdom Hearts 2.
I don't know.
Square Enix, Squaresoft, whatever you call it, it's Square something and it's the same damn company.
Exactly, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, let's get to the game. Now, I'd like to start off by saying that this has some excellent storytelling. One thing
Surprisingly good storytelling.
One thing I really like about it is, well, yeah, hardly Disney.
Crossover.
So it kind of makes it
one of the best crossovers probably ever made.
In my opinion, yes. Because how else could you do this? I don't know. Putting all these characters in one medium together
and making it make sense. Actually,
you're putting Final Fantasy basically in the middle of Disney, and Final Fantasy.
It's like a really good animated fanfiction.
Whereas Disney, especially old school Disney, fairy tale, bear that likes honey, fairy tale, and fairy tale. But I like the villain that they chose, Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty,
which was one of the only villains to ever curse in a Disney movie. If people ever remembered that. She said hell and damn a lot throughout the movie, but she actually used them in the right context, so she weren't cursing. She was really damning your ass to hell. But she was a great villain. Aren't there like more evil villains than Maleficent?
That guy from Hunchback of Notre Dame. He said hell a lot too.
You know what? I don't really remember that movie. See how long it's been. I watched The Hunchback of Notre Dame once in my entire life.
Watch them stick him somewhere in the game. I haven't seen him in the game, but they're trying to. I guess they tried to stick with the classics. Yeah. But that junk came out in 94, 95. It's considered a classic now. They put Lion King in the second one.
I know, but Lion King is also more well known, I think.
Yeah.
Like, my favorite Disney movie has not been mentioned at all, actually. Actually, most people don't even know what it is.
Sword and Stone?
No, not Sword and Stone.
Oh, wait a minute. No, never mind. They have Merlin.
Yes, they do.
In that. Now, thing with Sora. Sora, number one, I love the scenery of where he lives, because it's just...
the islands?
The islands.
It's Okinawa, isn't it?
Okinawa?
It's Okinawa, Japan, isn't it?
What?
Well,
I've never been to Okinawa. You've been to Japan.
Yes, I have. But I did not go to Okinawa. It's just I see Okinawa in it if you've ever seen any pictures of it, because it's a very nice tropical looking island.
Really?
Yeah. It's like it's their Hawaii.
Alright, well, one day I'd like to visit both islands. I've only been to the Virgin Islands.
Been to Hawaii as well.
Stop bragging, please. Give me
Alright, back to Kingdom Hearts.
Oh my god. Alright, the island, what was the island's name?
Destiny Island.
Destiny Island?
Yes.
Destiny Island was cool. The first theme song by
Hikaru
Utada. That was the first time I was introduced to her.
Well, me too. I always forget that she could speak English until I hear that song, and I remember she's better than everyone else at it.
Okay, well here's the thing. She was actually born here. She was born in the U.S., yeah.
What state?
I believe New York.
Most Japanese artists are born in New York.
She was born in New York.
The Chinese too.
Later on, got a deal in Japan. And right now she's taking a back seat singing. But every time you hear that theme song, you automatically
you know it's Kingdom Hearts.
You know it's Kingdom Hearts, and you know it's Utada. You just know. You can't deny that. You can't put that with anything else but her. And the thing about it is, it's a E-rated game with a little bit of action, a little bit of darkness to it. Like, for example, you got...
I thought how dark the story got.
It's also Disney. Disney gets surprisingly dark, but they stick other things in there to not make it so dark. Alice in Wonderland, for example. Perfect example. Drug references.
Well, that was written by a real writer, like 1900s.
Yeah, I know, but it's Disney.
They don't... It's not like they created the story, though. Someone else did.
That's true, but that's a lot of things. In Kingdom Hearts, it's pretty much the same way. Like, when you first discover where exactly you're going, these different universes, you got Donald Duck as the
You're still thinking about that other thing.
Yeah. I'm sorry, we saw a really offensive bunch of clips. And they weren't by Disney, they were by Warner Brothers.
Yeah, Donald Duck and Goofy. Who were searching for King Mickey.
Now,
for the most part of the first game.
Goofy is still Goofy. I like how they don't strip away their personalities. They keep everybody the way they're supposed to be. They just put them in different situations.
But have you noticed? Goofy is the one who noticed most of the things that you needed to see in the game. He was actually smarter than Donald.
Yeah. Well, okay, they upped his personality because, yes, he's smart, but he's incredibly clumsy, incredibly goofy, lives up to his name. And Donald
Duck stayed absolutely the same.
Absolutely the same. Hot-tempered.
Can't understand what he's saying.
Sometimes I don't understand what he's saying, but he's always there in a pinch. I like that
that he's the magic user. It goes well with his personality, the whole mage thing.
You think so?
Yeah. The mages are usually critical. Donald Duck is very critical.
So what would happen if they gave him a gun?
Oh my god.
I'm just saying, they gave him a freaking magic wand, and he's got a hot temper like Yosemite Sam. What would happen if you gave him a gun? I'm just saying.
He'd probably go kill the other characters. Nah, he probably wouldn't be able to hit anything. It's not
Nah. Of course they made Mickey the king.
Because Mickey is the king of Disney Castle.
Yes, he's also one of the most greedy characters.
You think he's a greedy character in Kingdom Hearts?
No, I think the mouse is greedy. I like the Disney company, but when you go to Disney World or Disneyland, they're charging you an arm and a leg just to get in.
See, now here's your bragging. I've never been there once in my life. I know I had a bad childhood.
She's been deprived. She has been deprived of the Disney magic.
And now I'm too old to go.
So that's why she plays Kingdom Hearts.
It is. It's to get back to childhood. But it's also crossover with Final Fantasy, which have very great dark stories, and the characters are really intense in their personalities.
I have never...
Sora's like the happiest main character he's ever created.
I have never played a Final Fantasy game. Okay, no! Okay, look, I played a little bit of Final Fantasy VII, but it was not my game. It was somebody else's, and all I did was walk around the scenery. That's it.
Actually, that's about as much as I did in Final Fantasy VII. But I did try to play 8. I got trapped in a dungeon, got pissed off, and gave it back to its original owner. But my favorite is actually 10, because it was the first one I ever completed.
So...
And you do see Titus in the first one. He was a little kiddo, along with Walk on Destiny Island.
So, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
First playing the game, was it easy for you to differentiate Kingdom Hearts from Final Fantasy?
Indeed, because Kingdom Hearts has its own 3 original characters. Riku, Kairi, and Sora. And Riku is a borrowed name from Final Fantasy X, or it's female Riku, Yuna's cousin. They just took out an extra K. Final Fantasy reuses names.
So, do you have a problem with that?
Not at all. I thought it was cute, actually, because I love Riku from 10, and I like this Riku. I like how their personalities are different, because Riku from 10 is very happy and uplifting. She's almost like Sora, except she's way smarter, because she's a mechanic. And this Riku is extremely dark, and his heart is ate at by jealousy and his jealousness of Sora because of Kairi.
So what do you think about the gameplay? The fact that it's not like a traditional turn-based RPG, it's more hack and slash.
I actually love it. When I feel horrible, I play Kingdom Hearts because the only thing I want to do is play as Sora beating things up for no reason.
And that was just Kingdom Hearts 1. I got into it for, number one, the nostalgia of seeing all my favorite characters in one place, going from world to world to world, exploring and seeing how they made everybody, and the fact that I can also use some of them, like for example, the spells. I'm able to use Simba in my, in fights for a little bit.
You can use Peter Pan and Tinkerbell.
Yeah, Peter Pan. What the heck did Peter Pan do?
He was a great summon.
He was a sword fighter, but he had a dagger. So okay, well that works.
He was a great summon. He was one of my favorite. You get to use the genie as a summon.
Oh yeah, that was hot. When you get to Aladdin and when you get to Agrabah and you go through the Aladdin storyline punched in with the Kingdom Hearts and you go into the Kingdom of Wonders and all that stuff. See, it makes me want to play Kingdom Hearts 1 all over again.
I was upset that Jafar wasn't as great as a villain in Kingdom Hearts as he is in Aladdin by himself.
If he was a great villain, you know what they would have done?
I wish he was a bit harder to fight though.
Oh yeah, he was. Really,
I thought the mermaid stage was
really
harder.
Easy.
I thought
really
fighting
easy.
Ursula was harder than him. And I'm not a fan of the Little Mermaid, period.
And in Kingdom Hearts 2, that little music scene they did with
I like music scene. It was cute. It was fun.
I'm sitting here thinking, wait a minute. I at first playing it, I sucked. First playing those little music video things that they had, I stunk.
Karaoke,
okay?
sing the words with you.
Because I had really bad timing. Extremely bad timing. It was just ridiculous.
My sister
how
had bad
it was.
timing, but after she got used to it, she liked it. But The Little Mermaid's her favorite movie. Anyway, that's why she wanted to play that part.
The Little Mermaid, that's surprising.
How is it surprising? She loves to sing, and there's a lot of singing in Little Mermaid.
I don't know, just kind of surprising to me.
I don't know. My favorite has always been either Aladdin or Lion King.
Lion King I loved, and in Kingdom Hearts 2 when
when you actually get to be a lion.
yeah, when you get to go to the. That's the thing. I know we're kind of flip-flopping around here, but it's just a discussion. When you go to, in Kingdom Hearts 2, when you go to the Pride Lands and you actually get turned into a lion and you're holding the keyblade in your mouth and fighting that way, I'm like, okay.
He runs really fast as a lion, surprisingly. It's almost hard to get him to stop.
Well, lions are fast, aren't they?
Yeah, but don't you think he would have been weighed down by the keyblade being in his mouth and the fact he was a cub, not a full-grown lion?
I think you're overanalyzing it.
I'm making it more realistic than it should be. I'm sorry, that's just the way my brain works. I wish I could make it stop.
No, it's understandable. No, it's understandable. But you got to remember, it's Disney mixed in with Japanese logic, with Japanese anime logic.
Anime logic. Always trust in the main character. Sora will make it through anything.
Yes.
Like how he was asleep for 3 years and I don't know.
Yeah, but
with no food and water and didn't die. I guess that's what a coma is.
He was in a coma or hypersleep because remember when in Kingdom Hearts 2 when you finally after that long prologue with Roxas,
yes.
After that long prologue with Roxas, you finally know why exactly. You don't see Sora right away, and he wakes up and he gets out of his pod like he just went to Mars or something.
Who was Roxas's friends? Do you remember their names? It was Prince, Hayner, and what was the girl's name?
I don't remember.
I can't remember her name. I want to say it's Olivia, but I'm probably wrong.
I don't remember. That was a long freaking prologue though. But I enjoyed the music. I enjoyed the mini games. Even though I pretty much spammed the same one just to get money, just to get it done and over with.
I want to make sea salt ice cream now.
What does that taste like?
They said it was sweet and salty, so I'm assuming it's the sugar, or because you make ice cream, is vanilla, and a little bit of actual sea salt. So I actually want to try making it. When I do, I'll let you know how it tastes, or I'll give you some.
All right, definitely let me know.
Yep.
Definitely let me know. What did you think about the side stories? I mean, everything interlocks.
The side stories, you mean the side games, like Chain of Memories?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I never played Chain of Memories, and I never played Rechain of Memories. The only side game I actually played was the one for DS, 365 over 2 days, which I actually loved it. My favorite organization member was Zemnis, and I was a little upset that you don't see him that often, but I thought he was a pretty gangstar leader there for a minute.
For real.
He was gangstar. Mm. You know what? The only thing he cared about was his ambition, and I understand that from a villain. That's the kind of villain I want.
Now, the only thing I don't like is playing 360 whatever the
over 2 days
numbers are over 2 days. That one guy annoyed me. The one that's pretty much he's like vanity. He just cares about his looks and taking naps and he's lazy as hell.
The only guy that's lazy is Vimix. Who are you talking about?
I think that's who I was talking about.
Vimix, the water nymph?
Yeah,
the one with the centaur?
No, the one with the spiky hair that's like, I don't want to mess up my hair. in the middle of a mission, he just leaves Roxas in the middle of the mission, and he's like, you know what were you doing? Oh, I was gonna go over and catch a nap.
I have no idea who you're talking about. It has to be Demix. Because Marluxia is very pretty, but I don't think he ever said it.
Nah, I don't know.
It might have been Demix.
I don't know. It's just weird. Now, it was kind of a setback that since it was a handheld game on the DS, there wasn't that many cinematic scenes. But and you're mostly just reading text. I mean, personally.
But the cinematic scenes are worth seeing if you haven't.
Personally, going to a console and then going from the console to the handheld, I personally enjoy cinematics because it makes me feel like I'm watching a movie with an actual plot.
A movie is something you love.
I mean, yeah. Most of the time, these games have better plots than movies. But I'm hoping, because I'm hearing rumors, I don't know who told me this. Actually, a couple friends told me this, that they were going to try and make a Kingdom Hearts movie similar to Advent Children. If they do that, keep it CGI.
They have to.
Do not try to do anything else with it. I don't see how that could be done.
What a movie kind of be pointless because the games itself already tells you what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't you have to complete the storyline of the games to make a movie? Or else you're making a sequel upon sequels upon sequels plus prequels.
Well, that's what they've basically been doing, but everything interlocks. They've been doing these, like, you got Birth by Sleep. I have never played that. I wanted to.
Angelo just finished it.
And honestly, he said what?
He told me that it answered a lot of questions, but it actually brought up more, and that the theme becomes disappointingly repetitive. The theme of the game is becoming repetitive here. And I understand what he's getting at. Not to mention if you guys know who the character Ventus is. Ventus is a name from another Square Enix game from Limited Saga. They're reusing names from the other games. And Vanitas, let's say Vanitas was the original Sora, but the way Angelo described him to me, he's anti-Sora, the way he looks.
Oh, really?
It's almost becoming way repetitive with the themes. I really like the when they added Organization 13 in it, but why do you have to see who they were before they became nobodies? Why was that important? I never played Birth by Sleep. I don't have a PSP.
It was probably to get an idea of why they are who they are now and who they used to be.
Because the only ones that retained memories, I believe, was Axel and Sykes, which they really should have improved on their names, because Lee and Issa sound like girls' names straight up. Not that Axel and Sykes don't look like girls.
A lot of people kind of look one way, but they are the other way.
They're androgynous. Yeah. I actually love Sykes as second in command, because he's just so heartless and cruel. I do.
You like the villain!
I do have a thing for villains, and he gave Roxas a hard time because he was jealous of him. He even says it.
Jealousy?
Yes, he was jealous of Roxas because Roxas had the potential to fulfill Kingdom Hearts, and he didn't. That, and you always get the yaoi thing between him and Zemis, which is it's plain to see. I don't have to go in further.
Or do you just like yaoi?
No, some series they put yaoi, which just shouldn't be there, but Zemis and Sykes, you can really see on Sykes' part. Because Zemis, I don't think he really cares about his second in command. Sykes seems to try too hard to get his attention. I wonder why.
So
I think Sykes wanted to take it over from him, actually. He let Marluxia do the hard work and then sent Axel to go destroy him. I think it was really him when he wanted to take over from Zemis.
I want to pick that up. I don't have a PSP, and really I am waiting for the Vita to come out. But I'm probably going to pick up that game just for the heck of it. On top of that, the Kingdom Hearts 3D game that's go down. It might happen. Now, what are your predictions for Kingdom Hearts 3?
What, the Keyblade Wars?
Yeah.
Everything I've learned about the Keyblade Wars have gotten out of my head because to me the story has become repetitive. And quite honestly, even though I love Kingdom Hearts, I just want to see the series end. They're dragging it out for too much, and it seems like they're losing the grip on the storyline as it goes.
Do you think you don't think they've done the same thing with Final Fantasy for all these years?
Final Fantasy is a different story in each game. Let's get that right. It's not the same game, it's not the same characters.
Well, I wouldn't know. I've only, barely played one game, and the closest thing that I've ever gotten to playing the game is watching Advent Children and watching the, AMVs that people put on.
7 is getting dragged out, and they should probably stop that, but each game has a different story and different characters to let you know. All 13 games are completely different. Except for 10-2, because that was a continuation of Final Fantasy X. And that's actually what started its new battle system, when it was faster, and they changed dress spheres a lot. That was kind of a prequel to the battle systems that they're using now. Like in 13, the Peridiums, you change it. It's kind of like the dress spheres.
So, if you were to... Okay, say you were writing for these games. Say you were writing for these games.
I would bring it to an end.
How?
Let's see. How has the story progressed so far? Let's take a look at that. It started out as a boy on an island. He wanted to see different worlds. The one who was most gung-ho about it was Riku, because Riku wanted to leave the island. Whether it was to escape the darkness he felt or the increasing loneliness he felt, because he was actually older than the other characters. Mm-hmm. He was 15, everyone else was 14.
Right.
He's in his angsty teenage years. He was jealous because Sora and Kairi had like their little special relationship and he had no one. But who ended up suffering because of him? Because he brought the Heartless there? Or was it opening the door that brought the Heartless there? I think that was Sora's fault.
I think it was Sora's fault.
Sora ended up suffering, and he went through it. He finds out that he's part of a bigger plot, a bigger scheme. Like everyone is in life, there's something else. We're just small parts of it. He finds King Mickey, and that brings him back to the story of Ansem and Xehanort. Xehanort? That's his name.
Xehanort?
Whatever. Ansem's nobody. And Diz, who was the creator of the DTD, the Door to Darkness, and the other Final Fantasy characters are put in it, and their story somehow interlocks, which is pretty damn brilliant on their part.
Mm-hmm.
Kingdom Hearts 2, that's a search for Riku, because he found Kairi and sent her home. Now he's not giving up on his best friend. He wants to save him. He achieves that. What is the point of the third one? Other than the fact that Mickey sent them a letter, I think.
He did.
At the end of the second one.
At the end of the second one, he sent this...
So now it's becoming an anime that just have random adventures, pretty much. They're just doing random stuff until it comes back into a storyline.
Why they, why...
What does Mickey have to say that he couldn't say to them before in Kingdom Hearts 2?
Maybe it was something that he just found out himself.
Why did it take him so long? Maybe he's a soul person. I can really relate to what they're trying to do. I don't fault the nobodies for trying to have more. It's just everyone else's.
Of course you would feel for the villains!
No, just think about it. All they want is to be human. Who says that they can't be? What right does Sora have or anyone else have to take away their chance to be human?
But who says they're not already human?
They're not, because they're nobodies. They just
nobodies?
went about it the wrong way because they're taking the heart to everyone else. That's kind of like a crime and punishment thing. It's a moral thing with the nobodies. Like Death Note, the homunculi wanting to be human in the first series of Fullmetal Alchemist.
Yep.
Who's really at fault here? And they said, Sora, every person he killed, it released a heart. He was helping to create Kingdom Hearts without knowing it in the first couple of games.
A lot of things, even in real life, originally they come out of good intentions, or intentions of being different.
Good intentions, but going about it the wrong way.
Exactly. I could name a bunch of things off the top of my head, but that would be going off subject.
Yeah. That facet of realism is what made me love the game.
The realism made you love the game?
That facet of realism in it, yeah. And it was a really dark storyline, and I was like, oh my god, did they actually lend their characters to this? Did they pay attention at all?
Yeah, well, they had to. They gotta have something else to make money off of.
They just wanted something to make money off. That's why Disney was like, here, Tetsuo, use it.
They got...
He's like, alright.
They got Marvel now, so... They've had Marvel for going on 2 years now, so... And that stuff gets dark anyway, so...
Marvel was dark to begin with.
Yeah.
Because it was drawn by adults for adults.
And kids. In order to do this kind of stuff, you have to have an inner child. There is no way you can just... The
child comes in the creation of it. Like, who would have ever thought to create mixed Final Fantasy with Disney? I never would have thought of that myself.
No.
That's where your childness is the creativity. Or maybe he was watching a Disney Channel one day and thought, hey, you know what would be great in there?
Well, Disney did inspire a lot of things that the Japanese use. Like, for example, if it wasn't for the Disney cartoons, we wouldn't have a lot of anime that we had. Okay? So, Disney pretty much opened the floodgates. Because they were dark themselves.
You know what? It's not that Disney was dark, it's just they used stories from legends and mythology that were originally dark.
Oh, yeah.
All the mythology, all the Disney movies pretty much come from German legends are all dark.
Okay, well, that, and they got Mulan.
And Mulan and Pocahontas, we know those aren't their true stories.
Pocahontas.
We know they were watered down for kids. We know that it's not their true story of Pocahontas and Mulan. They were watered down for kids. Let's be real. Let's be serious about that.
What are you gonna do?
It's historical and accurate.
What are you gonna do? I mean, come on.
It means they could have not done it.
It's for kids. It's for kids in America. They're not gonna.
It's for making money off of kids in America. It's not for the kids in America.
Hi everybody, this is Jason Lopez here. I'm here and I'm going to do a Kingdom Hearts review. Alright. First things first. Started from Kingdom Hearts 1. Awesome story, awesome plot, awesome gameplay, everything. Now, for Kingdom Hearts 1, I thought personally it was a cool game. I got into it as soon as I popped that disc into the PlayStation 2. In my opinion, I give it 10 out of 10. Purely for the fact that I'm a huge Kingdom Hearts fan and I love everything about it. Now, as for the second game, Chain of Memories, cool game, but they could have done it without the card battle system. That just threw me off for a loop right there. There's nothing wrong with it personally, but should have stuck to the original format. Moving on to Kingdom Hearts 2. Definitely a huge step up from the first two previous games that were created. Now, the graphics were amazing. You know, it was jaw-dropping, literally. And as for the gameplay, it was a definite step up from the first two. And everything. I love the pure fact that they added the Final Fantasy X-2 characters, Yuna, Riku, and Pain. That was pretty awesome. Kind of surprised that they turned them into these little fairy creatures, but no, it's whatever to me. You know, I thought that was pretty awesome. Very cute, actually. Now, in Kingdom Hearts 2, what I felt surprised the most was that they let me play as Riku at the end there, which was pretty cool in my opinion. You got to play with him during the boss fight with Xemnas at the end there, which was pretty awesome and everything. And in Reach and in Memories, of course, after you went through the whole game with Sora, they gave you the option storyline to play as Riku, which I thought was pretty fucking cool. But I digress. Moving on. Kingdom Hearts 3 completed over 2 days. Nice game and everything, coming from the Roxas's point of view as a nobody, but I didn't like the fact that it was brought up from Nintendo. I kept hoping that they would remake it for the PS2 franchise, because personally I can't get into it if it's a Nintendo. Just my opinion. And the whole level up system in there, and you know, how to improve your character's stat and power level ups and all that stuff, using the box grid and everything to ramp up your character. You know, it was different, it was cool, but at the same time, not my cup of tea. Now, going on, Kingdom Hearts Recoded, made for the Nintendo DS, or 3DS rather, or yeah, 3DS. Don't know much about it, but I hear that 3 games were supposed to tie up to make one story, which was Birth by Sleep. Awesome game by chance. I played it. I loved it. I got through everything. I definitely recommend that game for serious Kingdom Hearts fans. Now, Birth by Sleep, Kingdom Hearts 3D, and Kingdom Hearts Recoded are supposed to tie in at some point to create one main story. Supposedly, that's what I heard. Or unless that was just some jacked up shit that I read online. Now, for the kicker, for all you Kingdom Hearts fans that I know you've been waiting for this point as much as I have, Kingdom Hearts 3, the Keyblade Wars, is in development. And I hear that there will be some kind of news, whether they will be releasing it in 2013 at some point, or whether we'll hear some more news about it. But it's definitely coming to the U.S. soon. So guys, keep being patient out there as much as I am. You know, I'm going crazy right here just thinking about it, but hey, you know, that's just me. I don't know about you guys if you like the game as much as I do, but hey, I know I'm going to be having a good time once that game comes out. And hey, if you're seriously like RPGs as much as I do, then I definitely recommend picking up Final Fantasy 13 too, and Versus 13. That's it for my review for Kingdom Hearts. I hope you guys enjoy it. I went straight to the point, you know. And hey, I don't like beating around the bush at all, so. Thanks. Peace, guys.